Human rights groups are raising the alarm over India turning into a global hotspot for drugs trials. They claim international pharmaceutical companies are experimenting on patients, in some cases without consent. They also say many of those who sign up don't understand the risks. Well, statistics from India's health ministry show the number of deaths related to clinical trials has risen over the last few years. During the first 6 months of this year, nearly 500 died, more than the combined total for 2007 and 2008. RT's Karan Singh reports.
In India, government-run hospitals provide low-cost treatment to the poor. But there are increasing claims that patients are being made guinea pigs in drug trials for Western pharma companies without their knowledge. Here at the Maharaja Yeshwant Rao Hospital in Indore, Vinod has been taking pills for the last 6 months on the advice of his doctor. He suspects he's being experimented upon.
I had a pain in my abdomen. They did all sorts of tests and gave me all sorts of pills to have in the morning, afternoon and at night. But I haven't got any better. Am I a toad or a rat or a cat that they can test any medication they like on me?
Allegations have surfaced in the media that the hospital conducts illegal drug trials on patients. Police are investigating the complaint, though hospital officials say any trials are being conducted in accordance with government guidelines. India is fast becoming a global hotspot for testing new drugs, with 2 million people estimated to be taking part in clinical trials with or without their consent.
Drug trials are increasing here because they cost just 1/6 of what they do in the West. The regulatory system here is comparatively corrupt, and pharma companies can easily register patients and begin trials. In developed countries, it would take 6 months to register 5 patients, whereas in India, in the same time, they can conduct trials on 2,000 people.
Giving informed consent to be part of an experiment is the golden rule of all clinical trials. But many patients here sign on the dotted line without understanding the nature and the consequences of what's being administered to them.
Americans are treating Indians as guinea pigs. The patients being used for trials are illiterate and poor. They don't even know details of the drug or that it is a drug trial. This is unethical, to rope patients in without proper consent, without informing them that they are taking part in a drugs trial. It is both unethical and illegal.
Patients sometimes sign up out of desperation. To them, experimental healthcare is better than none at all. Babita has agreed to let her child be treated with a new drug which she's been told will bring his fever down.
The treatment is free, so I'm happy with it.
There are regulations in place to monitor drug trials, including setting up ethics committees in hospitals to ensure patient safety. But these are often used by doctors to simply rubber stamp trials.
The ethics committee has the important responsibility of monitoring drug trials, but it's a very ad hoc system that is misused. For instance, a medical institute in faraway Mumbai gives permission for a drug trial in cities like Indore, Bhopal and Jabalpur. How can you use permission from an ethical committee of another institute in another city to justify drug trials in an institute here?
With over 1,300 drug trials currently being conducted in India, this industry is already said to be worth over $1 billion. Yet it's clear that the laws against unethical trials are not working, and the government will have to come up with other ways to stop the country's poor from being enticed into medical experiments that could potentially have serious side effects. Karan Singh, RT, India.